Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. And basically, I want to get into, Isaiah 4:1. All right, and this guy, he had a dream, all right, about how Isaiah 4:1 is going to take place. All right, this guy, he obviously watches Great Millstone because he was going into the topic, all right, where he described Isaiah 4:1 as 7 women clinging on to, one man. And in the video, the guy basically was talking about how a bunch of young Jakes, all right, had basically got, sent into the war, all right. And in his vision, as they was in the midst of combat, they were running towards, a tree line, to gain the advantage over whoever it was that they were facing. I'm pretty sure it was World War III, all right, because the scriptures talk about how, all right, in the last days men shall have visions, right? So in this dream or this vision that this guy had, they were running towards the tree line, and basically Jake was getting, slaughtered by, their opponent, man. All right, their enemy during World War III. All right, and the guy was basically going into how, the women, they were looking for men, all right, in a separate dream, all right, how women were looking for men as a hedge of protection in that day. All right, and basically the guy told the woman that, wasn't I not good for you, and remember, I don't make that much money or whatnot, because all that materialistic thing, all those materialistic things, and it's gonna go out the window in the day of Jacob's trouble. See, because women are going to basically go back into their, natural state of mind when, when they feel like they're in danger. It's not gonna matter what the man looks like, all right, if he is her type or not, or all these, if he's not tall enough and all that, none of that's gonna matter. Just the fact that if the man looks like just the fact that he's a man, that's gonna be enough for her, so that just made me think, man, of the scriptures, all right, because the scriptures talk about how basically Jake is gonna be getting mauled out there in World War III, all right, along with your regular American patriots, man, all right. Those two, Esau, Edom, all right, they're gonna be getting slaughtered, all right, in World War III. All right, now let's go here real quick. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 32, and it says, "And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thrones, because no man shall travel therethrough." All right, so a lack of men. All right, you already have a lack of men right now. You have a lot of men, all right, are done with this westernized mind frame of a woman. So what are they doing? All right, they're going to these other countries. They're traveling, all right, the so-called passport bros, as they would say, all right, to meet, all right, other women, all right, because here the women are destroyed, man, all right, so they're looking for wives, all right, they're looking for other women in other places that, you know, have, you know, still some of those, you know, those woman values that they look for in a wife, all right, elsewhere other than here, okay, because what, this, you know, these women have drunk in the, you know, the wine of Babylon, man. They've been deceived, and a lot of women are coming to the realization of that, all right, they're coming to the realization, especially Eve, all right, the Judite woman, the N-dub, all right, she's realizing that, a lot of them are realizing that the system, all right, has fooled them, all right, the system has fooled them, and like the scripture says, Eve got beguiled by what, all right, the serpent, Esau, Edom, all right, along with these curses that the Lord has put upon us, man, with our family being divided. So, you know, this is, you know, this is all prophecies, man. It's all prophecy. All right, again, all right, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and in the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall go full of thrones, because no man shall travel thereof. Shalakia, therethrough. All right, and that goes also into a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. All right, a lot of women are going to be looking for men and they won't be able to find them. All right, a lot of men that they passed off and throw to the side and said, you're not my type, or whatever the case may be, for whatever reason. All right, they're going to be looking for any type of man to help them in that day, and they ain't going to be able to find them. All right, verse 13, Shalakia, verse 33, 2nd Ezra 16 and 33, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. And the daughter shall mourn, having no helpers, man. All right, so these men are going to be drafted into the wars, man. Or they're going to be, you know, in the process of them trying to go search out for some food or whatever the case may be, like in the road, right? In the road movie, when they're going out to scavenge for food, you know, they get caught up. All right. Usually in those apocalyptic type movies, the men goes out to go scavenge for food or resources or whatever the case may be, and they bring it back, all right, to the women and children. All right, so that's how it's going to be in that day. Women are going to be looking for, you know, a support beam in that day. Men. But they ain't going to find them, man. A lot of men are going to be, you know, getting unalived, all right, because of the civil unrest, or because they're getting drafted, all right, to these wars. It says 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. See? There it is, man. It's self-explanatory, man. You know, these wars that's going to be popping off, you know, that's going to make, you know, a man of the Lord, you know, more precious than fine gold. All right? Because a man of the Lord is going to have what? The truth, man. The truth is going to be, all right, a treasure in that day. All right? So, hey, all you brothers that, you know, some brothers that their wives or have left them or have gotten denied by women, all right, and their works have not been seen, in that day, man, you know, a woman is going to be looking for a man in the Lord, all right? So I'm going to check this out. I'm going to go here to Micah 7 and 10. Then it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her face. Shalakit, shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as a mare of the streets, man. So, they're basically gonna receive their judgment in that day. All right. Those who have, basically left the men of the Lord. All right, committed adultery. All kind of things, man. All right, they're gonna be what? They're gonna be left for dead out here. Let's go here real quick to Isaiah 4 and 1. And it says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, all right, the Lord is basically going to make a man of the Lord, all right, precious in that day. And we're going to get that as well. All right, he's going to make him precious because what? He has the truth. He has the understanding. And he's going to have that, basically how they say in the world, this aura about him, that they're going to know that he's the man of the Lord. And they're going to want to be with him because they're going to see that he's well off, better than the rest of the people, man. And there's going to be a reason behind that because the Lord has a hedge around that man. All right. Let's go here to Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man when the golden wedges of Ophir. So the Lord's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. Let me get this one more scriptures real quick. Why is that? Get one more scripture to back that up. Why is that? Why is he going to make a man more precious than fine gold? Because of this right here. This is Isaiah 32 and 2. And it says, and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. What is the wind? All right, the Lord holding back those 4 winds that spoke about in the scriptures, man. All right, those angels, the judgment of the Lord, and the covert from the tempest, and the rivers of water in a dry place, and the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right, so a man, all right, is going to be a protection. All right, not just any man, but a man of the Lord. He's going to be a protection, all right, or a covering from the judgments. All right, because like in the movie, right, because we are in the Lord's script, all right, you have the MVPs of the movie, all right, the main characters, and that's what the elect are. All right, they're the main characters, all right, basically in this, all right, this script that is being played out on the earth right now. All right, we on the Lord's, like the scripture say, what we're rehearsing the righteous acts. So this is likened unto, like a stage, the grand stage. This is the Lord's stage. So, we're rehearsing to make, all right, to make the audition, all right, ultimately. And through doing so, man, we'll gain that hedge of protection. All right, and that's what the women are going to be looking for in that day. All right, so that's pretty much the lesson. I think I made the point. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on out. I'm going to give all praise again, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say Shalom.